Good morning, students. Here we have a question that match the overlapping of orbitals with the type of bond formed. Consider x-axis as internuclear axis. We have to match the following things of the column 1 with the things in the column 2. For that, we need to know some basic things. First is, whenever one lobe mixes with one lobe, the formed bond will be a sigma bond or sigma star bond. The sigma and sigma star bonds are formed depending upon the phase, mixing up with phases. Like when the lobes of the same phase mix with each other, the formed bond will be the sigma bond. Different phases, it will be a anti-bonding. Different phases in sense, the signs, a positive sign with a negative sign. In the same manner, when two lobes mixes with two lobes, the formed bond will be a pi bond or a pi star bond. That is a bonding and an anti-bonding. When four lobes mixes with four lobes, the formed bond will be a delta bond. Okay, here the formed bond will be a delta bond. When coming to the concept, when coming to this question, here they have given that the internuclear axis as x-axis. Whenever they given that internuclear axis as x-axis, you have to take that x-axis as an horizontal axis. Okay. Now, we see the mixing of s orbitals with the px orbitals. Take the s nucleus and a p nucleus on the internuclear axis. Okay. We all know that s orbital is a spherical in shape and p orbital. Here they have given that px orbital. Px orbital, first initially the shape of the p orbital is in dumbbell shape and they have given it is an x orbital, px orbital. So it will go along with the internuclear axis, x-axis. Whenever they mix with each other, they come closer with each other by end-to-end overlapping. By end-to-end overlapping. Whenever two orbitals mix up with each other by end-to-end overlapping, the formed bond will be a sigma bond. So 2s plus 2px forms a sigma bond. So it is there in your P goes with the option 2. So it is in option B. Next, py and py. Similarly, for this py and py, take the internuclear axis as x-axis, which as an horizontal one. Two nucleus, one is for py and another for another py. They have given a py. So take y-axis vertically to this x-axis. P orbital is dumbbell in shape. So it is a dumbbell shape. Another py orbital is in dumbbell shape. When these two orbitals, py orbitals and py orbitals mix with each other, they come closer to each other by sidewise overlapping. Here, two lobes. This is one lobe and this is one lobe. This is one lobe and this is one lobe. Here, two lobes. 2 lobes, 2 plus 2. 2 lobes are mixing with each other by sidewise overlapping. So the formed bond will be a pi bond. So for the Q option Q, 1 is the correct. So it is also there in the option B only. Next, when coming to dxy and pz, dxy. This dxy, simply you need not to draw any orbitals. D is the only orbital which have the 4 lobes. D shape is double dumbbell, so it will be having 4 lobes. dxy overlaps with pz. Whenever dxy overlaps with pz, this is the involved axes are 3 axes, x, y, and z. And these are different from each other. And moreover, this x-axis is an internuclear axis. So it cannot form any bond. So dxy and pz has no bond formation. So for R, option 4 is correct. Next, when coming to dyz and dyz, here dyz and dyz, D is the only orbital which can have 4 lobes. So whenever 4 lobes plus 4 lobes. 4 lobes and 4 lobes mix with each other. The formed bond will always a delta bond. And moreover, the axis which are involved here, it is YZ axis. Here it is also YZ axis, the same axis. Both the orbitals are same d orbitals having the same axis, which is different from the internuclear axis. So the formed bond is always a delta bond. So for this particular question, option B is the right answer. Okay, am I got with the answer? Thank you.